All right, it is the next day. It is Sunday morning, and we've cleaned up some of our mess from last night. Just kind of pushed it under the loader. It has a little bit of an oil mess underneath it, but we'll worry about that once the loader's out of here. What we're going to work on now is we're going to continue the disassembly of these piston rods. You need to pop this nut off, get the piston itself off. This guy here is the guy that does all the work. It's either got oil coming in on the back side to extend it, or it's got oil coming down in through the end cap to retract it. So this is the actual piston part of the cylinder. And then you got the rod itself. So we'll get everything cleaned up, start pulling the O-rings off, the packings, the wipers, and get all that installed new. And then there's some seals up in this end cap. We're gonna have to get a rebuild kit for this curlback cylinder as well. It is weeping just a little bit, and we might as well, as long as we're covered in oil or have an oil mess on the floor, we might as well get a packing kit for that and update that one too. And then all three of them be done at the same time here. So I get questions every once in a while, how do I get my clothes clean? Well, it's not all that hard. I use just regular laundry detergent. I think it's All or something like that. And as you can see, my clothes are pretty clean at the moment. So it's just basic laundry detergent is all it is. So let's go ahead and get this cleaned up here. All right, we've got everything cleaned up. Now we're going to pull the nut off of that one. I've got it clamped. It's probably going to come off hard. I don't know if they've got Loctite on these or not. More than likely they do. So we might want to just go ahead and put a little bit of heat on there anyway so we don't pull any threads off. All right, this wants to move around a little bit, so we strapped it to the bench. The trouble I'm having is where I've got it clamped, the inside of that clevis is rounded just a little bit, and it's kicking that clamp off. Another option I have is to weld a peg on the bench so that that can't turn. We've got it strapped. The strap might be enough. We're gonna have to put a little more heat on that nut and try it again. That's no good. Well, I broke my cheap ass adapter. I gotta see if I can find another one of them. And silly me, what I could do is put another block on the top of that clevis. That's a little more square like that, and then that would hold. But it looks like there was quite a bit of stuff in here that's all oozed out now, so heat it up one more time and I think it'll come. Oh, the boys are throwing tire chains. You're gonna be able to go a little more gooder now, with new chains on her, huh? Nah, we had an old set of chains on this that they put on a couple weeks ago, and they were wore out, so they're putting a new set on now. And that'll help things as far as being able to get around these icy driveways a little better. Chaining up.
You got it locked. Doesn't matter where?
No, it's right. Now what I'll do is just pull forward, hook them, and throw that other one on there. Well, the clamp trick ain't working. There's just too much vibration kicking that clamp off. So now we got 2 straps on there. We might have to go to 3. Heating it up with a regular cutting torch. Should have got it hot enough. Quite a bit of stuff did come out of the end of that rod. What we're gonna have to do is put the rosebud on there, give it a little more heat, and I hope I don't ruin the threads on this rod. Well, that took a lot more than what I wanted it to take, but at least it left all the threads on there. So we'll get the other one apart. Have to let this stuff cool, and yeah, that's not good to take that much to get something like that. Yeah, we had to get that hot. All right, so we've got that one disassembled. Took a lot of heat to get that nut off. We're gonna try this one now. Or first we're gonna try it cold, and then we'll get right after it with the rosebud and get this one apart. Hopefully it comes apart. I don't want to say as easy as the other one, but hopefully it comes apart no harder than the other one. Now all it was doing was turning the rod here. Yeehaw! Threads are all there. Oh man, that took a lot more heat than I thought. I was starting to get worried there for a hot minute. Alright, now that everything has cooled down, we can start pulling all of these old O-rings and packings and whatnot and start reassembling everything. So the cap on the other cylinder, the cylinder that is on the floor, was the one that was leaking. So there's a series of O-rings and packings in this actual cap assembly itself, and one of them was bad, but it's not this side, it's the other one. So we'll start pulling everything apart. Both of these kits together was like $580 or $60 or some damn thing here. So $554. So we'll go ahead and get it disassembled and get it back together. Alex has gone after a kit for the curlback cylinder. So we'll show you what things look like once we get it disassembled here a little more. Alright, we've got everything tore apart and resealed back up. Here is the pile of O-rings and packings and whatnot. This cap goes with this rod, so we're not going to mix this stuff up. Along with that piston goes with that rod. This cap assembly was nice and clean on the inside. However, this one here, I noticed on the bottom of the piston, or the top of the piston I guess you'd call it, some chatter marks in it. Piece of metal must have went through the hydraulic system, or I don't know, something like that happened. And you could see on the end of this cap here, there are some marks in here. So this cap and piston along with that rod went on this side, and that's the side that was leaking. So something got in there, a piece of dirt or hard material. It couldn't have been dirt. It could have been something from when the machine was assembled or what have you. So we'll slide our end cap on the rod. We'll strap the rod down to the bench, put our piston on, Loctite it, tighten it as tight as we can with the impact and then some, and then pull this off the bench, install it, or put it off to the side, do the other one, whatever. I don't know what direction I'm going to go in, but we need to get the cap on, strap down, put the piston on, Loctite it, tighten it up. Hey, hold this pipe in there, will ya?
This one?
Yeah, just hold
This
the
side?
end of it for a minute. It's gonna go down to the bench. Just let it hit the bench. I think that's tight.
Jesus. Oh no.
Now what we're gonna do is just reinstall everything here. So we'll get these cylinder rods pushed into the barrel, get it held up in the air, and then get this gland nut screwed down into place. And then we'll go ahead and do the other cylinder.
I got one here.
Actually, that'll work.
Go back.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yep, stickers already in.
All right, we have both of these cylinders reinstalled. What we're gonna do now is we're just gonna lift it up a little bit, get the tension off of them chains, run it up and down some, make sure we don't have any problems, and then we'll have to lower the boom and get that center cylinder out of there. I did have a little blooper. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but I almost couldn't get the strap off of that gland nut. Once I got the rod on there, I had the strap setting over both sides, but it came off. We did this side a little different. However, we had trouble getting the piston into this bore, but we've got it in there now. So we'll go ahead and cycle it a couple of times, and then we'll start on that other cylinder. These guys are cleaning out the belly of the beast here. It got a little dirty, didn't it? So, all right. I'm gonna raise that up, get the chains off, put it back down, then you guys, I don't know if you'll be able to blow that out in there or not, but. Alright, I'm gonna lift it up. I've got to stay moving on this. I can't just stop. Well, we are in good shape. Don't see anything leaking. Although every one of these bolts that these guys took out, they didn't set in a safe spot, and they are scattered now, but that's all right. We'll just have to find them new ones. And this cylinder's okay. All right, now we have this basically the same procedure with this one here as we did with the other two. So we'll get our pin out from up above, knock the barrel loose, try to catch what oil we can, pull the cylinder, the piston or the rod out, and repack it. So yeah, this one all dirty up here too. Hopefully, boy, I hope this ram ain't bent. But usually if they bend, they discolor. We have bent one before on the 544. Well, we'll get that apart. That strap is right on that bench. Keep coming. Keep coming. Alright. And that other strap will catch it so that we ain't freaking dropping it on the ground. That other strap is on the back of the machine, I think. This one here? Yeah. Oh yeah. As soon as I throw this, I'll probably fall. Catch me.
At least it's on video.
Right. Oh, come on. Oh, how do I want to do this? There's no real way. Covered in oil anyway. Alright, come right in. Alright, you go down some, you'll be able to hook it. second. Alright, come over this. Go down with it. That's what I didn't want to do. Lift up. Yeah, it looks like all it did is hit the gland, though. Oh, not the gland. It didn't hit the rod, I don't think. Alright. Back up. Bring it right over to the bench. I'll grab it from that side. I gotta have it that way. Alright, you can let down. All right, we have managed to get the cylinder over to the bench. The step we took from getting it off the machine to here didn't quite go as planned, but the catch strap ended up coming undone from it. I didn't have it slung correctly, but the top of the cylinder ended up hitting the machine. Luckily, the rod didn't. Now, sometimes this rod will bend, and when it does, the chrome starts to come off of it. I can't tell by looking at it if it's bent. It looks straight, and the chrome's still all on there. So we'll push the top of the barrel back, or the top of the cylinder back, and we'll work on getting this nut off. I don't know if I'm gonna have to put as much heat on this as I had to do with the other two cylinders. So the gland nut on this cylinder was loose. I did not have to heat it. However, my chain wrench is not big enough to reach all the way around that, and all I used was a little spanner wrench. And it worked, but it wasn't ideal for it. So we'll have to strap this down. I'm thinking I might have to weld a peg on that top of the bench to keep that cylinder from turning. We might be able to do it with a ratchet strap. Maybe if we get a 6x6, maybe a 6x6 will get us taller and we can pull down on it more than just trying to use that 2x4. So that's where we are at. So we'll join up with you in a hot minute here once we get to the point where we're strapped down and ready to put some torque on that nut. All right, here is where we're at on this project. We had to abandon it yesterday afternoon because I did not have a socket large enough to get this nut off, and I could not find one here locally. Kaz is going to be here this morning. They're going to go back to working on the trailer brake valve on this 9560, and Jake was ever so kind to allow me to use one of their sockets. So they're going to be here in a while. Then we can heat that cylinder up, get that nut pulled off of there. We're going to go ahead and pull all these O-rings off so that we don't end up melting them to the piston. We'll do that before we end up heating it up. Jared has made some headway on this tractor. He has removed the fenders and had to take that window out on this side so that window gasket was bad on the actual window. And he's got the green trim off of it, and he'll be able to paint that along with the cab roof. There's a lot of dirt underneath the cab that once this tractor goes outside, he'll be able to blow all that off. In the last video we talked about, or maybe it was the last segment of this one, I don't know, but this tractor needs a CCU. I don't know if they're going to be able to get that in today or not. We can't put that in. The CCU has to be programmed for the tractor. So that is the story on that. Jared has painted some of the other items already that we didn't paint initially. Fender brackets for the front end. And he's got to clean up the rear fender stuff, get that primed, get them painted, and then bolt all that stuff back on. He's got LED lights that he's going to put in it. Yeah, so that's the story on that. Yeah, so once Kaz gets here, we'll get back to working on this cylinder and get this job wrapped up and get this thing out of here. So they have cleaned out all of the crap that's been in on top of the skid plates. So there was quite a bit of stuff in there. And then maybe we can actually throw the pressure washer on this. It is going to be warmer here for the next few days. So we'll join up with you in a little while here. we've got everything resealed and repacked. I just put the cap on. We've got the piston over here done. We'll go ahead and get some Loctite on them threads, but the first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to strap this down to the bench, put our piston on, Loctite the threads like we did on the other cylinder, get that on there as tight as we can, and then set this into the loader. that strap back. So I might be able to just go down with it and open up that choker, pull the cap down. We can do that crawler first. Then I'd have to move it. What's wrong with the front? I think I don't need the crawler. Alright, put that choker right up. I'm going to lift it right up. Well, he'll just get that cap threaded on. That's got to be positioned or oriented in the right direction. Push that ram in a little further. Pin it. And then push some oil to it and make sure everything seals correctly. And then this machine will be done. The chain wrench didn't work on this damn gland knot. So we're using a spanner wrench. Watch it, you're not on that great. That spanner wrench is for a cylinder probably a third of this size. But he's managing. Alright, here is the box of old O-rings here and shit. So, Alright, we've got this all done. You can hear the pressure washer outside. They're actually going to pull this out and wash it. We do things backwards. We wash after we fix. So we're going to cycle this a couple times, make sure we don't have any leaks. Christian's going to jump up in there and run it. Provided we don't get any leaks, I'll be able to give you some hydraulic credits for this. Get you closer to being hydraulic certified here.
Certified?
Okay. Gonna have a little air in the system. That should work through pretty quick. This lift cylinder, or the curl back cylinder and the lift cylinders are actually kind of tied in together for leveling purposes. All right, go all the way up with it. See, as that goes all the way up, it kind of changes the hydraulic position of that top cylinder, or the curl back cylinder rather. Perfect. Alright, that is gonna do it for this one. They'll pull this out and get it washed. This thing wants to do a regen, so it just idled up. He shut her down. Actually, lift it back up so we can put that cover on. I'll shove the forklift underneath it. Alright, that is gonna do it. We'll catch you at the next one. Thanks for watching.